An electric streetcar that is one of Lisbon's landmarks and a big draw for tourists derailed Wednesday, killing 15 people and injuring 18 others, emergency services said. According to Associated Press, 5 of the injured are in serious condition, and a child is among the injured, the National Institute for Medical Emergencies said in a statement. An unknown number of the injured are foreigners, it said. Authorities called it an accident, the worst in the city's recent history. The yellow and white streetcar, which goes up and down a steep downtown hill in tandem with one going the opposite way, was lying on its side on the narrow road that it travels along, Portuguese television channels showed. Its sides and top were partially crumpled, and it appeared to have crashed into a building where the road bends. Several dozen emergency workers were at the scene, but most stood down after about 2 hours. Eyewitnesses told local media that the streetcar careened down the hill, apparently out of control. Lisbon Mayor Carlos Modas told reporters at the scene that the city was in mourning. "This was a tragic accident. It's a tragedy of the like we've never seen." President Marcelo Rebelo de Sousa offered his condolence to affected families.
A tudo, absolutamente tudo. Sei a hora exata, eram 18 horas e 5 minutos. Eu vim encontrar-me precisamente aqui, ao final da rua do elevador, com um colega meu. Estávamos a falar normalmente. Este elevador de baixo, o de baixo, não o de cima que está destruído, este aqui de baixo, vinha a descer, ou seja, estava no final do seu trajeto e desceu cerca de 1,5 metro. Ou seja, foi isso que nos deu o alerta, porque este aqui de baixo foi o primeiro a ficar sem travão, sem freio, não sei ao certo o que é que é. Ficou sem freio, cerca de 1,5 metro, ainda fez um grande estrondo, estava cheio. Nós ficámos logo a ajudar. No momento em que vamos para ir ajudar, vimos o elevador de cima a vir desenfreado de lá de cima. A única coisa que nós conseguimos fazer foi virar costas e começar a fugir para este lado da avenida. Eu ainda olhei para trás, sei que uma pessoa, pelo menos uma pessoa, tenho a certeza que estava no passeio no momento em que o elétrico embateu contra o prédio.
Recent Ukrainian drone strikes have shut down Russian energy facilities that supply at least 17% of Russia's refining capacity, or about 1.1 million barrels per day, Reuters reports. The agency reviewed Ukrainian attacks in recent weeks on key energy facilities in Russia. In August, the Ukrainian military reported a fire near the Syzran oil refinery in the Samara region, which had a processing capacity of 8.5 million tons per year before the incident. On August the 15th, the military also said it had struck the Syzran oil refinery. The Syzran refinery has since suspended production and crude oil deliveries. 2 industry sources confirmed to Reuters. On Saturday, the Ukrainian armed forces recorded multiple explosions and a fire at the Krasnodar oil refinery, which annually produces 3 million tons of light petroleum products. Local authorities reported a small fire at the Slavyansk oil refinery in the region on August the 13th, caused by debris from a destroyed drone. In the same region, drone debris caused a fire at the Afipsky refinery on August the 7th. Debris also fell on Russia's Ilsky oil refinery in the Krasnodar region as a result of a drone attack on July the 7th. Russia's Ust-Luga oil and gas terminal in the Baltic Sea will operate at a capacity of about 350,000 barrels a day in September, about half of its normal capacity after damage to pipeline infrastructure from Ukrainian drone attacks, two industry sources told Reuters. After the Ukrainian military struck the Unecha oil pumping station in the Bryansk region, supplies through the Soviet Druzhba oil pipeline to Hungary and Slovakia were interrupted. The Ukrainian military said on August the 13th that its drone had hit the Unecha pumping station. Damage and a large fire were reported. However, crude oil transportation through the Druzhba pipeline system was not affected at the time. In August, Russian authorities reported a fire after a drone struck an industrial facility in the city of Novoshaktinsk, where the local oil refinery is located. The Ukrainian military said on August the 14th that it had carried out a drone strike on an oil refinery in the Volgograd region, causing large-scale fires. The refinery, which is operated by Lukoil, was forced to suspend operations for just over a week in February over the strike. Ukraine said it struck a refinery in the Saratov region on August the 10th, causing an explosion and fire. The exact extent of the damage is unknown. The refinery had already suspended fuel production in February after a previous attack. A Ukrainian drone hit an oil depot in Sochi on August the 3rd. 2 oil tanks caught fire, but the fire was later extinguished. The August the 2nd Ukrainian drone strike on the Novokibishevsk oil refinery, which belongs to Rosneft, completely halted primary oil refining. The Ryazan refinery, also operated by Rosneft, shut down about half its refining capacity on August the 2nd after a Ukrainian drone attack. The plant has been a target for many years, shutting down in late January, again in February after previous drone attacks. As media reported, systematic strikes by Ukrainian drones on oil refineries in Russia have led to a significant reduction in fuel production and an increase in its prices. According to reports, workers at Russian oil refineries are now afraid to go to work